All right, good morning, everyone. We're here for pretrial conferences for those that are unrepresented, as well as those that have the public defender. We have Mr. Stewart from the state. Good morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
If I could have everyone keep their devices on mute until I call upon you, that would be helpful. We have one person in the courtroom. We'll take that person first. Come on up, sir.
Hey.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Will you tell me your name?
Mark Marshall.
All right, this is Mark Marshall, case number 20 CT 2321. All right, so you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended second or more. Have you had an opportunity to get your license reinstated? You're still working on it.
Process with the safety council.
All right, you know what you have to do to get it? About how much time do you think you'll need?
I'm hoping by the end of the month, but realistically, 2.
Okay. So you're requesting a continuance?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart, any objection to a continuance?
No, Judge.
All right. Mr. Marshall, I can continue it to May 5th at 9 o'clock. Do you think that'll be, that's about 5 weeks?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. All right. We'll have you sign for that.
All right, thank
Judge, is
Thank
May
you.
5th your...
I'm sorry, May 6th. May 6th. Sorry. May 6th. No, not yet. All right, let me go to Mr. Linares. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Rodolfo Linares here. Not on behalf of, but let me explain what's going on. Mauricio Andrew Lopez.
Okay.
I do not
Number
represent.
19 CT 2642.
Correct, Your Honor. I don't represent Mr. Lopez. I think we've addressed this issue before with the court, but I did get the Zoom information. So out of an abundance of caution, I'm here. I did file formally a motion to withdraw yesterday. It's been e-filed. If Your Honor can just go ahead and grant that motion. Mr. Lopez has represented to the court in the past that I do not represent him. I don't know if he's there in the courtroom. He's been, oh, well, there he is. I see him on the Zoom call.
Ah, okay, I see. I see.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Lopez.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Thank you. Good.
Good. All right, Mr. Lopez, you understand that Mr. Linares has filed a motion to withdraw, meaning he's not going to be representing you?
Okay.
All right. And you understand that means you'll have to get new counsel or you'll have to apply for the public defender?
What is this in regards? Because I finished all the requirements.
This is for reckless driving.
Yeah.
If I may, and obviously I haven't, thank you, Judge. I haven't been formally withdrawn, but according to Mr. Lopez, and we've spoken to his mother, they've submitted everything that they needed to submit pursuant to the diversion contract. So I think he's probably confused as to why the case is still open.
All right. Mr. Stewart.
Judge, to me, it looks like they removed him for failing to complete an anger management class and do community service hours. I do see a certificate for an anger management class being completed. I don't show that at least our office has been given anything regarding the community service hours. So that's where we're at on our end.
All right. Mr. Lopez, do you think you can get that turned into the probation office?
Yeah, it was given to Charles. I did the community service hours with I finished in January.
Judge, could we do this? Could we keep Mr. Lopez on the Zoom call for a little bit? Maybe I can get an answer from Mr. Cruz, because what I don't want to happen is I email him and he says, no, I don't have him. And then we wait 5 more weeks to readdress this.
Right, I understand. Okay, Mr. Lopez, do you have any objection to Mr. Linares withdrawing?
No.
All right, I'll go ahead and grant Mr. Linares's motion to withdraw as attorney of record. Mr. Linares, if you'll send an order over to my judicial assistant, we'll get that filed today.
Will do. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. And Mr. Lopez, if you'll just hang on in the Zoom call, we'll try to contact Mr. Cruz and then we'll get back. We're going to recall your case, okay?
Okay, perfect.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let me go to Mr. Fayette. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Judge, I have Colleen Hudson Reeves, 21 CT 177.
Okay,
First time up, Judge, requests continuance, waive speedy trial.
any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll continue that one to May 5th at 9 o'clock.
Still looking glum, Mr. Stewart.
I'm in a better mood today, don't worry.
All right, well, it's kind of our Friday today, so.
That's true.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fayette. All right, let me go to, I think I saw Mr. McGann on here. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Mr. Dume. This case was scheduled on this one. It's 20 CT 841.
Okay,
We would ask for the final continuance to the May 5th private attorney pretrial docket.
all right. Did we have a case for him yesterday?
Yes, sir. The paraphernalia was 20 mm 666.
Okay, and we continued that one to May 5th?
Yes, Your Honor, as a final continuance.
All right, any objection?
No, Judge.
All right, May 5th at 9 o'clock, final continuance.
Thank you very much.
All right,
That's
thank you again.
Bye.
All right. All right, let me go to Olga Alvarez. You'll have to unmute.
Good morning, Judge.
Good
How are you
morning.
today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, this is case number 20 CT 2498. Give me a moment to pull that up. All right, ma'am, you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended second or more. Have you had an opportunity to get your license reinstated?
Not yet, Judge. I am working on it. I've got a payment plan for the Collier one.
Okay.
And I'm working with the one in Lee County. I'm waiting for them to get back to me. And once that's done, I can go ahead and get my license reinstated.
All right, do you know about how much time you need?
Not really, but I'm hoping that within a month it would be fine.
Okay. All right, so you're requesting a continuance in order to get that license reinstated?
Please, and I'm grateful for everything, really.
All right, Mr. Stewart, any objection to a continuance?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Alvarez, I'm going to continue your case to May 6th at 9 o'clock. Try to get your license reinstated by that date, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Judge.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. All right. All right, let me go to the person whose screen name is Ahmed.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Will you tell me your last name?
Baez, B-A-E-Z.
All right, you're represented by Ms. Woodley. And I don't see Ms. Woodley here yet, so we're going to recall your case, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, let me go to Linda Hart.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning. This is case number 20MM1941.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. All right, ma'am, you're here on a charge of using a fraudulently obtained false receipt, which is a first-degree misdemeanor, as well as a petty theft 2 or more, also a first-degree misdemeanor. Each one of those is punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney, or do you need the public defender?
I was hoping to get a public defender, Your Honor.
All right, I see that at our last court date, I made a temporary appointment of the public defender, but I don't see that you filled out an application since then.
I called like you told me to do, the young lady told me to do that was in court with you that day. I called and I've left 3 messages and I haven't got anybody to call me back.
All right, did you call the clerk of court?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you call the public defender?
I called the clerk, of course, and then they told me what number to call. And I had to leave a message because the second time I called, they said that I hadn't been appointed one yet. And that as soon as one got appointed, that they would contact me.
So you've got to fill out an application first.
Okay, where do I
internet? Do you have internet access?
I'm sorry?
Do you have internet access?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, so what I want you to do you have a printer?
Yes, I do.
All right, so what I want you to do is go on the Collier County Clerk of Court's website.
Okay.
And you'll see a link to forms, and you'll click on that link that says forms, and then you'll go to criminal court, and there will be an application for indigent status.
Okay.
All right, you want to download that, print that, fill that out, and mail that back to the clerk of courts, okay?
Okay, yes, sir, I'll do that
Once the clerk receives that, then they'll make a determine and they'll appoint the public defender if you qualify. And then you'll have a permanent appointment, okay?
Okay, yes, sir, I'll do that right now.
All right, so you're requesting a continuance?
Yes, sir, please.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir, thank you very much, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you, Ms. Hart, you too.
Bye-bye.
Judge, I guess the public defender's office is having some computer issues this morning.
Yeah, I told them they could come to the courtroom.
Okay, it looks like maybe they're logging on now.
Okay. All right, let me go to give me one moment.
Two defendants. I just went by and they weren't there anymore. I thought they knew about the change, but
Was there not a sign on the door?
I did see one when I was there a while ago, and I didn't look now. But Linda knows, so she's telling everybody, and I'll let people know if I see them.
Okay.
I imagine the interpreter will not be needed for this docket.
It depends.
Yeah. It's carry on priester for one.
Yes, I've got Ms. Armpriester and Ms. Woodley.
Yeah. Well, today's language night is, I understand Max is in Fort Myers all day.
Okay.
According to the schedule.
All right. All right, very good. All right, let me go to Ms. Armpriester or Ms. Woodley. It looks like you're both in the same room, I think.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. So I have Ms. Woodley's client, Ahmed Baez, case number 20MM700 on Zoom.
Yes, if he could please come up to my office. Actually, right now, I do need to make an appointment with him to discuss the current offer. So if I can get a continuance to the next pretrial, and if he's there in court, if he can hear me, please come up to make an appointment.
Ms. Woodley, he's on Zoom.
Okay. So, if you can call me, can you write down my phone number?
All right.
252
252
4099 Can you call me this afternoon at 3 o'clock?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'll expect to hear from you then.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. The next pretrial date.
All right, Ms. Woodley, what happened to the motion in limine?
I did withdraw that motion based on Mr. Stewart leaving the diversion offer open for Mr. Ahmed to complete the requirements.
All right. Any objection to a continuance?
Oh, Your Honor.
All right, May 6th at 9 o'clock. All right, thank you, Mr. Baez.
Thank you.
All right, let me go to Anthony Dunlap Austin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right,
Good morning.
this is, case number. No, I don't see it. 20 CT 2468.
Yes, sir.
Give me a moment to pull that up. Are you here on a charge of driving while license suspended second or more? Have you had an opportunity to get your license reinstated?
I've been paying it off, but with all these other bills that I got going on, I haven't paid it off fully yet. I still need more time and a continuance if possible.
All right. How much time do you think you need?
In reality, it'd be very helpful if I had 2 months. I think 1 month would be cutting it very close. But if you'd like me to come back in a month and show you where I'm at, then that's fine. But in reality, 2 months would be better for me to have fully paid off.
All right, Mr. Stewart, you want to
I
go?
don't have an objection if you want to go out till June.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dunlap, let's. I'll give you till June 10th at 9 o'clock.
Okay,
right.
it's actually my birthday. I appreciate that.
All right, that's about 10 weeks. You think you can get it by then?
I should be able to. I see no problem with that.
Okay. All right. Try to have your license by then. Okay.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Dunlap.
Bye.
All right. Let me go to the person whose screen name is iPhone. Good morning. Will you tell me your name?
Christian Compagnani.
All right. This is case number 21MM175.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. You're here on a charge of petty theft. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney? And if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney, or do you need me to appoint one?
I was trying to apply for a public defender here at the courthouse.
Okay. Are you at the courthouse right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
And, they wanted me to get on Zoom and talk to you first and proceed with that.
All right. Do you want me to make a temporary appointment for today's proceeding?
Yeah, if you can.
All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender.
Happy to step in, Judge. If we could continue to the next trial, I would encourage this young man. It looks like he's on the first floor. Go to the clerk's office, fill out an application, and either myself or Miss Woodley will be appointed. He can come up to Suite 510 and get either of our business cards as well.
Okay. Any objection to continuance?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Well, Mr. how do you say your name again?
Compagnani.
Compagnani. All right. We're going to continue your case to May 6th at 9 o'clock. Since you're here at the courthouse, what I want you to do, are you on the first floor?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What I want you to do is go over where it says customer service.
Okay.
Tell them you need to apply for the public defender. Fill out the application, turn that back in. If you're approved, I want you to go up to the 5th floor and get either Ms. Woodley or Ms. Armpriesters card so that you can be in contact with them before May 6th, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
All right, let me go to Kimberly Woods.
Oh, Hello.
Hello, good morning. This is case number 21MM223.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
All right. You're here on a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. You understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Yes, sir. I wasn't able to come to the courthouse because I work in a restaurant and it's been season, and I'm also a single mother to be able to come and apply for the court-appointed lawyer. So
Okay.
I'm here now. I was hoping I would be able to do that this morning, or if it doesn't have enough time, I could represent myself.
All right. Do you want me to make a temporary appointment of the public defender?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Do you want me to make a temporary appointment of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender.
Just, we'll live from the public defender's office. If we can get a continuance to next pretrial, and it looks, I'm not sure if she's at the courthouse right now, but
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Oh, you are? Okay, perfect. So if you can go to the clerk's office and fill out an application, if you are in fact found indigent, come up to the 5th floor and either me or Ms. Armpriester will represent you. So if for today's purposes, if we can get a continuance to the next pretrial date.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Woods, we're going to continue your case to May 6th at 9 o'clock. Since you're here at the courthouse, I want you to come in, stay on the 1st floor, go to where it says customer service, tell them you need to fill out an application for the public defender. And if you're approved, I want you to go up to the 5th floor and make an appointment to see Ms. Woodley or Ms. Armpriester, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Ms. Woods.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. All right, let me go to Steven's iPhone or Stefan, I'm not sure.
The Bureau of Administrative Review, 954-677-58.
Hello.
All right, can you tell me your name?
Stefan.
Mr. VLA, I represent him on both of his cases. Let me find them real quickly. 21 CT 243, as well as 20 CT 1117. Judge, Mr. VLA has recently paid off nearly $1,300. I did send those receipts to the state. He's very close to getting a valid license. If we could please have a continuance to the next pretrial for him to hopefully get his license reinstated.
Any objection?
Objection.
All right, we'll continue both of his cases to May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Be in touch with me, Stefan.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
Mr. Stewart, have we heard anything about Mr. Lopez yet?
Yes, so
All right,
I did
let me
get any.
recall Maurice Lopez. Mr. Lopez, are you still there?
Yes.
All right,
So-
this is case number 19 CT 2642.
I did get an email from Mr. Cruz. He does not have any record of receiving the community service hours. So I'd ask Mr. Lopez, do you have a copy of them still?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Could, Judge, since he's no longer represented, and I don't want to take any documents directly from him, if maybe we could ask the public defender as a friend of the court could take receipt of that, those community service hours, and then they could maybe forward them to me so that I can take a look and determine what to do.
Is Armpriester or Ms. Woodley?
I'm sorry, I'm not up to date on what's going on in this case.
Whatever the court would order us to do, we'll certainly do it for friend of the court purposes. We're just not sure what you're asking.
Well, he was on diversion, and Mr. Lopez says that he completed his community service hours, but Mr. Cruz doesn't have a record of those. And Mr. Lopez says that he still has a record of the community service hours. So if I have Mr. Lopez send that to one of you, can you forward that to Mr. Cruz or Mr. Stewart?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
actually send it to both Mr. Cruz and Mr. Stewart.
I would send it to me most importantly.
Okay, there you
So
go.
I'm not sure Mr. Cruz is going to do anything with it anyways at this point.
All right, so send it to Mr. Stewart.
Is the individual in the court is on Zoom?
Yes, Mr. Lopez, can
Yes.
do you have the ability to email that to Ms. Armpriester?
Yeah, my email will be easier just because it's shorter. I can
Okay.
go ahead and put it, I can hold my card up to the Zoom if it helps the individual, or I can read it aloud.
Just go ahead and read it, Ms. Armpriester.
Okay, it's KERI, initial A for Apple, at P as in public, D as in defender, dot, C as in cat, J as in justice, I as in igloo, S as in Sam, the numbers 20.org.
All right, that was way too long. I didn't get it. Oh man, it's way too long. I
Okay,
maybe have to see it. I got Carrie. You said A as in Apple, and then you said at.
Okay, PD.
Maybe somebody could put it in the chat screen. Isn't there a chat screen here?
I'm on my phone because we don't have.
If there's one, I can maybe type it in.
Yeah.
Do you want my email address? It's really simple. It's my first and last name.
Which is?
It's Maurice, MAURICE, LOPEZ 2012 at gmail.com.
All right, Your Honor, we'll take care of it.
All right, Mr. Lopez, are you still
Yes.
there?
Yes. I mean, these hours
Can you see
is
that?
something I've been dealing with since 2019. They've also been to Bonilla. He's
Sir, the judge put my email on the screen.
Can you see that, Mr. Lopez?
yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's very clever.
Thank you.
I didn't either. The more you know. I know. Yeah. We're learning all kinds of things today on how to be resourceful.
All right, Mr. Lopez, were you able to write that down?
Yes, I'm just forwarding it now to her email.
Okay.
You may want to wait a little bit. We're having an email server problem. Go ahead and email it. It's worth a try. But if you don't hear back from me by end of business, I didn't get it.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Stewart, you want to go to April 9th?
Yes, that would work.
All right, Mr. Lopez, we're going to continue your case to April 9th at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And you can appear via Zoom for that proceeding.
Okay. How will I get the notification since I'm not being represented?
I'll send it to you as a friend of the court.
All right, thank you, Ms. Armpriester.
My pleasure.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Lopez.
you.
All right. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Next Friday.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I love this right now.
All right. Ms. Armpriester or Ms.
Yes.
Woodley?
Your Honor, if I may start at the top.
Go ahead.
Brenda Duoyan Sierri, 20 2035, if we could set for an in-person plea.
Will April 9th work?
Sure.
Any objection?
Oh, Your Honor.
All right, April 9th at 9 o'clock for a plea.
Next is Ronald Emanuel, 19 MM 1855. We'd also like to set for plea. April 9th should be fine.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
April 9th at 9 o'clock.
Next is
Yes. All right, go ahead, Ms. Armpriester.
Next would be Jasenia Martha Espiliat, 21 MM 144. If I could please have a continuance. I'm still in communication with my client.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right. May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Next is Michael John Garbas, 21 CO68. If we could please have a plea date.
Is he in custody?
No,
In person?
please.
April 9th? Will that work?
It should, Your Honor. I believe he's homeless. He was in my lobby this morning, so I'm gonna let him know if he's still there to come back and I'll discuss it with him, but that should work fine.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
All right, April 9th at 9 o'clock.
Next is Thomas Guhuli, 20 MM 1234. If I could please have a continuance. I was newly appointed at the last pretrial. In this case was previously in trial posture.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Mr. Stewart, could you please send me an offer?
Yes, sure.
Ms. Armpriester, let me stop you for a minute.
Sure.
Let me go to Justin Pilarski.
He's mine
Yes,
too.
Your Honor.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Armpriester. This is case number 21 MM 138.
We could set for trial, please.
All right, we have a calendar call on April 12th, trial April 13th through the 16th. Is the state ready?
Could have 1 second, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, I'm okay setting it, though I would point out a couple things. From what I can tell, the victim may live in Illinois now, but my notes indicate she would like to potentially come down for trial. I don't know if she's seasonal or what her status is, so I may ask to continue based on that discussion with her. And it is a fairly new case. It was a January 17th arrest. So I don't know if setting it may facilitate a resolution. I'm fine with that, and I'm not ruling out that I wouldn't be ready, but just with that caveat, if the time comes to the status date, I may ask for a continuance.
I understand. I've spoken with your alleged victim. Speak to her and then I can talk. If you need to continue, we'll work it out.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and set it for a calendar call for April 12th. Mr. Pilarski, you'll need to be here for that. That'll be at 9 o'clock. And then we'll set trial for April 13th at 9 o'clock. And then Mr. Stewart, obviously, if you need to file a motion to continue, we can address that at the calendar call or before if it's stipulated. All right. Thank you, Mr. Pilarski.
Not a problem. Your Honor, I actually have one question really quick.
All right.
All right. For the address on file that they said I cannot go to, that's actually my address. Is there any way we could get that lifted?
Judge, I was going to bring the proper motion at another time, but since Mr. Stewart does indicate that she's seasonal, not in Illinois, it does change things. That is his address. She's not there. I know we need a court order. A proper motion may be coming.
Mr. Stewart.
Judge, I don't know enough about the situation to say definitively whether that's something I could agree to. So my preference would be maybe that a motion we could address on the 12th, depending on how else the rest of the way the case shakes out.
All right. All right, Mr. Pilarski, what I want you to do is later on today, contact Ms. Armpriester and talk about your the address that you need the no trespass order lifted on so that she can get with Mr. Stewart and maybe they can file a stipulated motion that the court can sign so you won't have to come back for a hearing on it, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, anything else, Mr. Pilarski?
No, I think that would be everything.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, let me go to Jonathan Castro. Castro.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing
Morning.
well. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
This is, you've got two cases, 20 CT 2295 and 20 MM 1907. Give me a moment to pull those up.
Yes, sir.
So in the CT case, you're charged with driving while license suspended or revoked, third or more. And in case number 20 MM 1907, you're charged with possession of paraphernalia. Possession of paraphernalia is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. Driving while license suspended or revoked, third or more, is also a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. It's also requires a 10-day jail sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney? Or
I had an attorney in mind. He was just out of town at the moment. He's one of the family attorneys that we have, but he's not in town at the moment, fortunately.
So you intend on hiring an attorney?
Yes, sir.
So are you requesting a continuance in order to get that attorney hired?
Yes, sir.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, Mr. Castro, we're going to continue both cases to May 6th at 9 o'clock. Make sure to have your attorney hired before then, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Castro.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'll go back to Ms. Armpriester.
Yes, Your Honor. Next would be Lisa Goodman, 20 MM 079. We'd like to set for trial.
State ready.
What was that case number again, Judge? I'm sorry.
20 MM 2079.
Okay, if I could have just one moment. Yes, Judge, we can set that one.
All right, calendar call April 12th at 9 o'clock, trial April 13th at 9 o'clock.
Next is Bank 20 MM 622. Your Honor, She mailed me the plea and absentia documents. However, there was an error, so she's resending them. If we could please continue this.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
All right, May 6th at 9 o'clock, final continuance.
Understood. Next is Jenna Marker, 21MM257. Your Honor, she is also in on a felony. I've reached out to my colleague in felony as well as their counterpart at the state. She's in custody. We're gonna try to work on a global offer. If we could have the May 6th date, please.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Next is Jeffrey Matter, 20 CT 1952. He's still working on his driver's license and he is making progress. If we could have the May date, please.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
Sorry? May 6th. May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Next is Ronaldo Mirabal Ruiz, 21 CT 278. If we could have a continuance, Judge, and Mr. Stewart, if you could please send an offer.
All right, I do see that discovery was just filed. Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Next is Nicole Norman, 20 CT 1496. Your Honor, she continuance. She's working on a payment plan through the DMV. Her final payment is April 12th. So she should have a license by May 6th.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
All right, May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Same situation for Mr. Carlos Alberto Palacios, 20 CT 2134. He's still working on his driver's license. He's making progress. If we could have the May date.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Yes, correct. May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Next is Vaughn Pendleton, 21 MM213. She's in custody. Would like to set this case for trial.
Jury trial?
Yes, please.
Any state ready?
If I could have one moment, Judge.
They must be fixing those lights.
Yes, Judge. Ready for trial.
All right, calendar call April 12th at 9 o'clock. Trial April 13th, 9 o'clock.
Next is Sarah Popel, 20 MM1808. Your Honor, I've not been able to have contact with Ms. Popel. If I could please have a continuance. I've recently enlisted the assistance of my investigator.
Mr. Stewart?
No objection.
All right, we'll continue it to May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Okay, we've handled Mr. Violet. Next is RJ Williams, 20 MM116. She is working on her diversion sanctions. She's in the classes. Her last class is this week. If we could have a continuance.
When's her last class?
It was this week.
So will that complete all of her conditions?
I believe so. She only had that one condition, which was to complete. It was either counseling or group classes, and the last one was this week.
Want to go to the status?
Sure.
Mr. Stewart?
That's fine, Judge. No objection.
All right, let's go to April 9th at 9 o'clock for status.
And then last for me is Bradley Young, 20 1687. Judge, there's a pending VOP, similar situation as the other. He's in custody. Want to try and get a global offer. If we could please have the May 6th date.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm gonna
Thank you, Ms. Armbruster.
I'm gonna step out and let Miss Woodley have the comfy chair.
Okay.
Which, thanks, appreciate it. This is PD life for you.
Yeah.
Good morning, Justina Woodley.
Good morning, Ms. Woodley.
I'm gonna just start at the top. Pedro Acosta Castillo and 20 1017. If I can get a continuance to the, I believe you said the May 6th date for another pretrial. I'm waiting on phone records in this case.
Is that the one that I granted the motion on?
Yes.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
All right, May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you. Next would be Ahmed. I'm sorry, no, we covered Ahmed. Marianne Bernstein and 18 1858. She is set to take a plea on April 6th. So if I can get a continuance for her to take the plea. The notice of hearing has been filed.
I'm sorry? For a plea. Any objection to continuing it to April 6th?
No, Your Honor.
All right, let's continue it to April 6th at 1:30. Yes.
Right next is Yolanda Boyles in 20 CT 1708. Yesterday, she had a second appointment with the DMV to try to get a hardship driver's license. She has been working very hard. Unfortunately, she can't get a driver's license, but she is trying to get a hardship. Hopefully that will put her in a better position with Mr. Stewart. So if I can get a continuance, because she did have that appointment with the DMV, she was given some incorrect information, and her last appointment was told she needed a judge to sign off to get a hardship. So I told her to go back to the DMV again. She is working really hard to try to get that hardship.
Mr. Stewart, if she obtains a hardship license, will that improve the offer?
Well, possibly. I can't commit one way or the other. It's always open-minded, though.
All right. Any objection to a continuance?
No, Judge.
All right, we'll continue it to May 6th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you. All right, next would be Joshua, I believe, Concounts maybe, 20 1295. I haven't been able to reach this client, so I did put an investigation request to get some help from Dustin. So if I can get a continuance to try to reach this client.
All right, I see that you also filed an additional discovery request.
Yes, I believe I'm looking to see if there's some surveillance video of Walmart.
Well, that's not what you put in your additional discovery.
Oh, what's?
You're requesting a receipt and a voided check.
Oh yes, that's right. I unfortunately can't log on right now to view it.
Judge, I did get that. I did reach out to the Naples Police Department, and they were going to send over some additional information to me. So I haven't received it yet.
All right. Any objection to continuance?
No, Judge. No objection.
All right. We'll continue it to May 6th at 9 o'clock. Ms. Woodley, let me stop you for a moment. Let me call on Juan Ruiz. All right.
Hello,
Mr. Ruiz, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. You are currently represented by Regional Counsel. That's Mr. Clark, and Mr. Clark hasn't logged on yet. So if you could just Be patient with us and keep your microphone on mute. We'll recall your case, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, go ahead, Ms. Woodley.
Thank you. Daniel Dradovic in 20 CT 2288. If I can get a continuance, there's a motion in limine that's set to be heard on April 9th.
You want to continue it to April 9th then?
Yeah, that works. We can do the pretrial on that date.
All right, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll continue it to April 9th at 9 o'clock, where we'll hear the pretrial also.
All right, thank you. Brian Jackson, 20 1424. Mr. Stewart, did you get my email, I believe yesterday evening I sent with the community service hours log?
Yes, it's on my list of things to look at.
Okay. Are you good with the agreement, or should we just continue this until you have a chance to call? It's really up to you. I just haven't had a chance to look into it. So
You want to go to the status
continue
date?
it, or the status date's fine, yes.
All right, so that works.
All right, let's go to April 9th at 9 o'clock.
All right. Next would be Joseph Lehman in 19 CT 1849. We're ready for trial.
All right, state ready?
I can have one moment, Judge. There's
All right.
a lot of witnesses in this one. Yes, we can set this one.
All right, let's set it for calendar call April 12th at 9 o'clock and trial April 13th at 9 o'clock.
All right. Next, Christian Shuck in 20 1809. He would like to accept the state's offer of diversion, and this morning he was going to try to call Mr. Cruz. So if I can get a continuance so he can set that appointment up with Mr. Cruz to sign up for diversion.
How much time do you need?
Well, he said he was going to call this morning. So if probably April 9th would be fine to just set it for status date on that.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, April 9th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you. And next would be Jarrett Smith and 20 CT 777, ready for trial.
Do I need to ask, are you sure?
I'm already itching.
All right, state ready?
Is this the case we had the issues with the video redactions?
We've had a lot of issues with this case, if I recall.
So I don't know, or at least I don't have any notes that those video redaction issues were ever resolved. And that's my only concern with setting it, is if nothing's changed from our posture.
Ms. Woodley?
We did the redactions for the first video, so that was taken care of. And as far as the second video, I don't know if the state is planning on playing that or not, but I don't have any redactions that I'm planning on doing for that second video.
I guess, has there been any discussion since this was last in court about the videos? Because I don't know that I'm not aware of any discussion back and forth, and my understanding was last time it was continued because there were too many outstanding issues with what was going to be played and all of that.
Yeah, if I recall, Ms. Woodley, there was a second video that was disclosed late in which you didn't want all of it played?
Yes, that's correct. The second video, I didn't have a chance at that time because I couldn't get the audio to work, but I've since had an opportunity to listen to it. And I think the last, without having access to my notes, I asked for continuance last time because my client, he didn't get the mail, or it got lost in the mail, but I've since mailed it to him.
So you're not intending on filing any motions as it relates to the second video?
No, not at this time. If I do have something that comes up, can it be heard on the 12th?
Well, all motions have to be heard before trial, so.
So if I have something, if I can just file it and make sure it's filed before the 12th?
The only issue with that, Judge, is if this were to go on the 13th, depending on what redactions need to be made, that can be difficult for us to do on less than a day's notice.
Right.
I'll take precedence over this one.
So I mean, I'm kind of, I don't mind setting it, but at the same time, I don't know that I don't know how much has changed since the last time we were in court on this. That's my only concern.
Well, and Ms. Woodley, I have to say, based on your response, I'm not sure that the defense is ready for trial.
Well, we've got 2 weeks, and I certainly can make up, final, I guess, determination on whether I need a motion in limine before the 13th and have it filed before the 12th.
Is there a reason why that determination hasn't been made yet?
Well, a lot of it had to do with I couldn't get the audio to work for at least 3 to 4 weeks. That's about, it took.
I mean, you've had the video since February 3rd.
Well, yes, the video was disclosed. And again, I don't have access to IGES right now to look at exact dates, but whenever it was disclosed for at least almost a month, I couldn't get the audio to work.
And Mr. Smith is not in custody, correct?
No, he's out of custody.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue it to May 6th at 9 o'clock. Yes.
Judge, what are your May trial dates?
Let me look, I forget. Calendar call, May 17th, trial the 19th through the 21st. You want to go ahead and set it there?
Oh, that might be the better course of action. Then we can have a trial date, and that'll give Ms. Woodley time to, if she's going to file a motion, to get it heard well in advance. So if there are redactions, we have plenty of time to do those.
Ms. Woodley?
I'm still asking that it be set for the 12th instead, because that gives me plenty of time to file for my redactions. I could do that today.
That request is denied. You want to set it for calendar call May 17th, trial May 19th?
That works for this date.
Ms. Woodley?
If my request for it being heard to April 12th is denied, then
it was denied.
Then I guess that's gonna have to be the way it is.
All right, calendar call May 17th at 9 o'clock, trial May 19th at 9 o'clock.
All right, next is Juan Solario in 20 CT 2197. He's set for a plea on April 9th at 9 a.m. So if I can get a continuance until then.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
All right, we'll continue it to April 9th at 9
a.m. Kenneth Tanksley in 20 CT 271. He is right now in the hospital for surgery. So if I can get a continuance, because he has been in constant communication with me and he does have another attorney. There's a global offer to resolve not only this one, but his felony case. So he's still in discussion with his felony attorney. If I can get a continuance for two reasons. One, because he's in the hospital this morning, and two, he is still in discussion with his other attorney about what he wants to do with this felony case.
All right, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, May 6th at 9 o'clock. Kingsley? Yes.
Last but not least, Tom Tredis in 20MM1230. He is in custody, but he hopefully should be out of custody soon. I'm hoping. The last thing we're really doing for him is Janice in my office sent him an application for housing at CASL, and we're just waiting on the application to go through so we can get him housing for him to get out while he's doing mental health court. So if I can get a continuance while this application goes through to set him up with housing, that's really what we're waiting on, and why he's in custody right now is we need to find him a place to live.
All right, any objection?
No, Judge.
All right, May 6th at 9 o'clock.
And that looks like, I think that is it for me.
All right, can you hang on with us for just a moment, Ms. Woodley?
Certainly.
All right, let me go to the person whose screen name is Justin's phone.
Hello.
Good morning, will you tell me your name?
Justin Wimmer.
All right, this is case number 20MM1999. All right, sir, you're here on a charge of resisting an officer or obstructing an officer without violence. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. I see that at our last court date, I made a temporary appointment of the public defender. However, I don't see that you filled out an application for the public defender.
No, I did not. I didn't know where to go. I tried calling them, tried getting in contact with them, but I left multiple messages to the number I called, and they never got back to me.
All right. Do you want to have the public defender appointed?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender. Again, Mr. Wimmer, what you need to do is do you live here in Naples?
Yes, I do.
So you can either come to the courthouse and go to the first floor where it says customer service and tell them you need to apply for the public defender, fill out an application and turn that in. Or you can go on the Collier County Clerk of Court's website, go to forms, go to criminal, and fill out an application for indigent status. Download that form, fill that out, and send it to the clerk, okay?
Will do. I apologize for the late. I was late for it because I was told to come to the courthouse on this date, and I'm here now.
Oh, you are here?
Yeah, I am here, but they told me it was a Zoom meeting instead. So,
well, you know what? Since you're here, why don't you go ahead and come in and go to customer service and fill out that form?
Okay.
All right, you can tell them Judge Adams said you can come into the building.
Okay. All right.
Ms. Woodley?
And if we can get a continuance so he can fill out the application and we can actually get appointed so we can get all your discovery and go through the case with you if you are in fact found indigent by the clerk.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, let's, Mr. Wimmer, we're going to continue your case to May 6th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Okay. Is it going to be a Zoom meeting or?
Yeah, it'll be via Zoom.
Okay.
Okay.
How do I get the Zoom information?
Well, either stay in contact with the public defender if you're approved for them, or you can contact the court to get that, okay?
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Any other questions, Mr. Wimmer?
Nope, I don't. You answered.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. You guys have a good day.
Thank you, you too. All right. Ms. Woodley, I'll go ahead and excuse you at this time.
All right, thank you. Have a good rest of your morning.
All right. Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Stewart, I did receive a message that Mr. Clark is on a Zoom with Judge Manulich, and he'll join us momentarily.
Okay.
While we're waiting for him, we can go ahead and address, I've got 3 people that are unrepresented. The first one is John Anthony Lacey, case number 20MM1931. He's not in custody, is he? Okay. I see that at our last pretrial, we made a temporary appointment of the public defender. However, they didn't fill out an application since then. However, Mr. Stewart, he may be in custody with Lee County, as I'm showing. Is that a warrant?
It's a warrant out of Lee County.
Warrant out of Lee County. Or
Okay,
that may be why he's not here.
Let me see, Judge, if I can. Yes, it looks like he had similar charges there and failed to appear at an arraignment on March 9th, and that's where the benchmark came from.
All right. Should we set it for a status and require his appearance?
That was going to be my suggestion, yes.
Okay. April 9th at 9 o'clock, defendant's presence required. All right. The next one we have is Harold Lewis, case number 20CT1927. All right, in this case,
Custody?
is he in
He was
custody?
in custody not too long ago.
I'm showing he bonded on March 9th.
Okay. Yes, we had a motion, I think last month or so, for an ROR. And when the court denied it, the attorney moved to withdraw. And then they
Yes.
subsequently filed a motion.
And I believe he had an ICE hold, if I recall.
Yes, I believe that was correct.
And he's probably been transported to ICE custody.
So I could potentially confirm that before the April 9th,
Okay.
and then we could readdress it then.
All right. All right, let's continue it to April 9th at 9 o'clock. All right, and then I've got the last unrepresented is Scarlett Zelaya, case number 20CT2462. And in this case, Mr. Stewart, we were contacted by her mother yesterday, our office was, indicating that Ms. Zelaya was in the hospital. We requested that she email the court, which she did not. It looks like she did complete an application for indigent status. The clerk found that she did not qualify, and then there was a request for the court to review that. How would you like to proceed?
Could we set it on the 9th as well for mandatory appearance, Judge?
All right. All right, we'll set it for April 9th at 9 o'clock. Defendant's presence required. All right, and now we're just waiting on Mr. Clark. I'm showing 2 cases left.
10.3B.
What's that, Mr. Clark?
Are you sending someone up here?
Apparently somebody's coming to the court. All right, Mr. Clark's on his way.
Whiskey 422, not the next.
Good morning, Mr. Clark. How are you?
Confused. The original email apparently got sent to an email that I don't use. I don't know what email it was, somewhere up in the county.
That's
So that was
odd.
the first thing. Then when I asked for it, no one was obviously answering. So
Sorry, my judicial assistant is out this week, and so I've got coverage, and I don't think she's at her desk today.
that's fine. So then they tried to send it to me again, and by the time, I was still waiting for it, so it was quicker for me to walk over here than it was for me to wait for the email. So I apologize for that.
That's okay. You've got 2 cases on the docket, and we actually have one of your clients on Zoom with us. So we'll call that case first. It's Juan Ruiz Perez, case number 20MM2003.
Yes, Judge. I spoke with Mr. Perez and explained to him that he did not need to appeal because I was going to do it on his behalf.
Okay.
He wants to enter into the divergent program. I'm still waiting to schedule that on either a couple of preferential days for Mr. Perez, but that's how we're going to resolve that. So if we can just set it out for next pretrial, hopefully we will have to have him signed up and it'll fall for that.
All right. Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ruiz, we're going to continue your case to, do you want the PD or the private attorney?
This is the PD docket, the one and this one.
All right, we're going to continue your case to May 6th at 9 o'clock. If you get signed up for diversion before then, you won't have to appear for that court date, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ruiz.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
The other case, Judge, I think is Carlos Aguilar, 20MM1016.
Correct.
Mr. Aguilar, as you may recall, had some felony cases. We did get those resolved. So he's essentially waiting to resolve this case. So if you have a plea date, preferably next week.
Is he in custody?
He is in custody, Judge.
All right, let me look at it. So next week, I've got Friday, April 9th, or
What time would it be?
9 o'clock.
What kind of docket is that, Judge? I have a plea that's in front of Judge Foster at 10. I don't know if we're going to be done by, I think it's a large docket.
It's a pretty large docket, I think. Let me look. Yeah, I'm showing at least that.
Well, I'm sorry.
Or, since he's in custody, I would have no objection to, who has first appearance next week? Judge Brown hearing it on a 2:15 docket.
Okay, we can try to do that. Who am I coordinating with for that?
You would coordinate that with Judge Brown's judicial assistant.
Okay, and I don't have any issue with, I only need paper confirmation from your office.
I'll go ahead and tell his judicial
All right,
assistant.
thank you.
So let's go ahead and, any objection to just going ahead and continuing it to the next pretrial, Mr. Stewart, with the understanding that Mr. Clark's going to set it on a 2:15 docket for a plea?
Objection.
All right, so we'll continue it to May 6th at 9 o'clock. Just get a hold of Sarah and get it set for one day next week.
I'll do that, Judge. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for the
No,
wait.
no worries. Thank you, Mr. Clark.
I'll see if Judge
All right.
Miller will let me in that courtroom.
All right, have a good day. All right, Paula, I'm not showing any other cases on the docket. All right, Mr. Stewart, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Stewart. Have a good day and a nice long weekend.
Well, I'll see you this afternoon, so.
Well, actually, you'll see Judge Nicola.
Oh, okay. Well, then you have a nice long weekend.
I'm going to have a long weekend.
Good. All right. Bye, Judge.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Stewart. All right, that'll conclude